What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal lives? A guy from my small city in Scotland fled to California and tried to fake his own death. Manhunt underway. He's wanted for 24 counts of rape. Local celebrity who is known for loads of charity work recently attempted to fake his death in America because he has 24 counts of rape against him back home. Sounds like the same guy. Haha, it is. My SIL is pregnant, again, by the same guy she's been in a two-way abusive relationship with for the past 6 years. Despite constantly moving in and out of his house, filing restraining orders against each other, and accusing each other of cheating every day, they planned this one. Edit. SIL is my husband's sister. Sorry for the confusion. Also CPS has been to their house. My MIL takes the baby off and so she isn't in the house. Wow, that poor child. Exactly. We are hoping to have the two of them around us enough so they can see not everyone throws things. Some time ago some girl jokingly said she wants her BF to get her pregnant or else he will leave her. Guess who's unexpectedly pregnant? Best advice for these girls: sex won't make him yours, and a baby won't make him stay. Don't forget, if your life is a train wreck, a baby won't fulfill you. That my uncle left my auntie for the phone sex line worker he was calling for the last 3 years. My two friends just found out they have the same sugar daddy. They had both been under the impression that they were exclusive with him. Man, to be rich enough to sugar daddy for two girls at once. Truly the American dream. I'd like to be rich enough to sugar daddy myself. Shoot, I'd be fine being a stevia daddy, sweet and low on funds. My mom, who worked 30 plus years in IT, after getting laid off from her last job decided she was done and retired. Well, last week she got a job at a clothing company as a cashier, getting a lot less money than she did in IT. This really isn't juicy gossip lol, except that friends and family have been calling me and fishing for details as to why she is re-entering the workforce. Most seem to think she's in some sort of dire financial straits, and I can only imagine the chatter they have among themselves regarding it. Well, gossipy friends and family, no need to worry. My mother is in a great financial situation. She's just gotten bored during her retirement and wants a part-time job to keep her occupied, get her out of the house, and provide for some interaction with other people. Your mom sounds like a cool person. Hope she enjoys the new job. Karen from spin class has a new rice cooker. I prefer the Instant Pot myself for the multifunctionality, but good for her. Commenting from my other account, a couple that we have been friends with for a few years now, both very normal people with vanilla jobs, took a trip overseas that was supposed to last a week. Not unusual for any of our group of friends. No one had heard from them for close to a month until we found out they've been arrested on the other side of the fucking earth trying to smuggle out close to $1 million for an international drug cartel out of the country they were visiting. When we heard the news we were just sitting there quietly in disbelief for about 5 minutes. Fuck, what's going to happen to them? Trial for the woman is on the 6th. Don't know if the guys will be tried on the same day. They're looking at 1 to 3 years in prison as far as we know. Some girl in our year at school posted on Facebook the other day how her boyfriend had supposedly cheated on her. They had a full-blown argument in the comments just on Facebook for everyone to see. Yesterday she posted a picture of some keys tagging her boyfriend in it saying just bought our first house together. Oh my god. Becky, look at that crust. Our pastor was having an affair with his cousin's wife. One day while giving a sermon the cousin storms into church, tackles the pastor and starts to throw haymakers at him. The cousin's wife is trying to pull her husband off the pastor. The pastor's wife quickly figured out what was happening, ran up and clocked the wife from behind knocking her out. People are trying to separate everyone. Total chaos. I gotta start back going to church. Apparently I'm missing all the good stuff. My uncle told my parents that he needed money because he borrowed from the Chinese mafia and they were threatening to kill him and his family or something. My parents sent him some money and then 2 weeks later he posted a pic with a new car. Edit. My uncle said the money he borrowed was to pay off his house. Edit 2. He did not actually borrow from the Chinese mafia. He didn't even get a new house. More clarification. We are Chinese Malaysian. Most of our family lives in Malaysia while we live in the US. People used to ask us for money because my parents started a good business here. My aunt did something similar a few years back. Long story short, my parents ended up with that new car instead. I've got time. I'll listen. One of the girls in our group of friends has never really gotten over her ex that left her 3 years ago. She will often bring him up when drunk and it has really hampered her dating life. He lives thousands of miles away, and today he posted a picture of him sitting with an attractive dude getting coffee. They are holding hands and their legs are touching. We were all sitting around the TV hanging out when she saw the picture. Shell shock is the best description for her face. Would this make it easier to get over someone? Always forget the idea of that person still being out there and available is what drives you crazy. But seeing how he bats for the other team now pretty much ends all that hope. An ex-friend of mine from high school is now in the middle of a second divorce. Apparently it's because she cheated on her second husband with her now current boyfriend. This is the second time she's cheated on her husband and I'm curious if she'll marry the current boyfriend and then cheat on him. I hope she cheats on him with her first husband and then marries him again and then cheats on him with number 2 and then her and all the guys realize that the 4 of them belong together. I'm reasonably sure once she gets to her 6th or 7th husband, the others will form a support group. The good news is the husbands don't seem to have to pay alimony very long. My cousin has been together with his wife for 14 years and has had a girlfriend for just as long. Neither of them knew about the other. He got caught because of an image on Facebook. His wife's sister posted a family picture which my cousin was in and got recognized by his girlfriend's sister's acquaintance. He got away with that for 14 years. My dad got away with it for 15 years but technically my mom knew she was the mistress. The wife didn't. Recently got my ancestry DNA results back and found out I have a half sister of a different ethnicity. As a product of my father's cheating ways, we arrived here unrelated. We were born alone, apart, but perhaps I've only waited for our family to start. We were born and raised by others. We have all our lives before, and you've sisters or you've brothers, but perhaps you've room for more. See, I'd really like to show you, and I'd like to tell you how. For I didn't get to know you, but I'd like to know you now. Well, my dog acts like she doesn't like our new cat, but I caught them playing last night and as soon as she noticed me she runs over to me pretending she wasn't playing. Scandal. I have no life. This was the peak of my weekend. A friend of mine took off for a couple days to try and get into the porn industry from a guy she's met like twice. Edit. Friend is safe and heading back to her house as we speak. Edit 2. She's home safe. One of my female friends who looks like a slightly classier version of Courtney Stodden confessed to me that she enjoys the thought of 2 hot shirtless men fighting over her. She said she is considering goading her boyfriend into fighting some random dude who keeps slipping into her DMs. Just tell her to watch MMA with the sound off. OC loves MMA. I live by a married man. Him and his family are very close to this lady we'll call Jess. They go on vacations with Jess, but in all photos she is near the husband, not the wife. There have been rumors that the husband is cheating on his wife with Jess. Just rumors though, right? Recently Jess moved across the country. We thought that was the end of it. Nope. My dad helps people so they can get mortgages and he just got a call from someone. The husband. They're moving with Jess across the country. Edit. A lot of people are questioning if it's polyamorous and I get that it's possible, but I don't know for sure. They could be leaving this conservative neighborhood because that's the situation. That sounds like they aren't cheating but that the husband has 2 wives. My sister and her husband are poly and their partners are really good friends to anyone who doesn't know about their arrangement. Manager is having threesomes with 2 servers. Sometimes I shin to 2 servers at once. Did the 2 servers have to console you when your connection broke? Teacher is having an affair with a married security guard. They are not very careful about the flirting though because most of the 6th graders have figured it out. Can't wait to see what happens. Edit. This is in Massachusetts for all those wondering. Sound like a very common situation. Edit 2. I'm a teacher, not a 6th grader. Edit 3. Wow. First silver. Thank you kind stranger. Mrs. Teacher and the security guard were in the closet making babies and I saw one of the babies and the baby looked at me. My co-worker makes $10 an hour, works part-time and pays for her live-in. Still married. Boyfriend's rent and child support cause he's broke. She just found his bank receipt showing $17k in his checking account. Was this at least a wake-up call for her? No. My sister might not be my sister. My neighbor's cousin broke into her house and stole 37 guns. Also I learned my neighbor owned at least 37 guns. 37. in a row. My friend has a birthmark on his penis, so were you sword fighting? Probably a birthday bro job. We just found out a 16-year-old intern at my work is dealing drugs, including heroin. College is expensive. Maybe he/she is saving up. My hairdresser is leaving her husband and 5 kids to marry an Italian basketball player. You have been visited by the smart studying doggo. You'll be blessed with good grades only if you subscribe to Comment Awards and like the video.
PG!
On top, food chain, won't stop, new game, hot box that blue haze, 1 lock, 2 chains, no bras, 2 babes, mic drop, new stage, lights in my rear view, 5 cops, food race, faster than a Tesla, they say I'm exhausted.